Hey guys, welcome to another stream. Today, doing something a bit different than normal. I know the last couple days we've been doing Binding of Isaac. Well, today we're going to do some Rimworld, because I don't want to just be that Binding of Isaac streamer, even if it is a really fun game. Especially because Rimworld, I really, really like Rimworld. I have played this hundreds of hours. It's not quite my most played game by any means, but it is so fun, and it really helps how moddable it is, because you can just, and anything you don't like, you can just change it. Like, you don't like a certain enemy type, you can disable it, or you can install a mod that adds things that you've always wanted in the game. It's so sandboxy, it's not even funny. And I just love that. But even vanilla, which is what I'm going to be playing today, is still just so fun. But enough talking. Let's get into the game. So I'm going to make a new colony. I'm going to go for a lost tribe, because I kind of like having a nice 5-ish people. I mean, normally I do go for more around like 3 or 4, but having 5 I think is a better experience when I'm going to be doing no saves, because I'm going to do commitment mode. Now I'm going to do strive to survive, because it's like a nice, maybe slightly above normal mode, I guess is what you could call it, because adventure story is probably normal mode. I'm not sure what would be considered normal, but I'm going to do strive to survive, random, because why not? Any seed doesn't matter. And as for where I'm going to actually land, let's see. This is a year-round growing period right here. Temperate forest with large hills. Limestone and sandstone. This one has marble, slate, and limestone. I'll probably go with that, just because then with the marble I can make like different things look better, have a higher beauty level, which can help in the later game. Early on, it'll help too, but like, especially later on when I'm making statues for money. For ID Legend, I like to do a fluid one, because I like to be able to change it as things with like the story change. As for the actual structure, I'll just randomize and we'll see what we get. Animist, okay. As for the actual beliefs we're going to follow, since we are doing a tribal start, I'd rather not do anything like transhumanist, because that's going to definitely take a while before I can actually help with their wants. I could do like raider, but then I have to be constantly sending people out. That could be fun. So I will go for that, just because, I mean, why not? It's got me constantly doing things then. As for the specific situations, obviously, if we're raiders, I think we should be happy to execute people. As for organ use, why would we care? Again, we're raiders. Cannibalism, that's fine. I mean, meat is meat, Corpses, obviously we don't care. Fungus, I guess. Diversity of thought, I mean, come on. Intense bigotry. We're raiders. We wouldn't want any weaklings among us. Makes sense. Insect meat. I'll keep it as despise, because, I mean, who really wants to eat some bugs? Ugh. We'll leave research the same. Slavery is acceptable. Physical love free. I don't really care. As for the roles, this looks fine. I do want to remove the like required apparel, because I do think that the whole idea behind required apparel I think is cool, but it's kind of annoying very often. I'll keep the rituals as is. I don't really care. I don't mind leaving those as is. As for the relics, I want to change them to be just not weapons, because I find that weapons and armor and stuff is kind of really overpowered to make it a relic, because then it's always legendary quality, plus it'll eventually break. So I'll just pick like some random, there we go, 3 relics that are not actually going to give me any benefit in combat. So yeah, there we go. And we are animists with a really ancient culture, I guess. Now for our actual people. So we can have someone who's just starting out right away already hungry, which is interesting. I do kind of like his stats though. Really good melee, burning passion and intellectual and crafting. He is 43 years old with a gunshot though, which is not ideal, but it's just some pain. So I mean, it does mess with his walking speed, which is kind of a big deal for melee. I'll think about that. Let's check the next person, also starving, but a high plant skill. They are a nudist and a psychopath. Well, psychopath I am perfectly fine with, but nudist? I mean, they don't have any melee skills, so it's not like I have to worry about them in combat that much, so that's fine. Next up, someone with good cooking and also good plants. I mean, I don't mind having two people with plants considering how long it takes, but they do have a chemical interest. I'd really rather avoid that, so I'm going to randomize that. Another melee, also some skills in animal with a burning passion. This is honestly just really good. I'll definitely keep that one. Incapable of caring and social, so just can't be a doctor or warden or doing anything with children. That's fine, but the scratch scar on the left arm is kind of a big deal. That's going to lower their efficiency, plus I don't need more plants. Incapable of violent mining and cooking, and no. A really good miner with some moderate combat skills. I don't know how much mining I'm really gonna need them to do. Like I am in a large mountainous area, or not mountain, a large hills area, so I will have to do a decent amount of mining, but I don't know if I really need to do enough for this to be worth it. Let's see again. Oh, here's a really good melee combat. Jogger and nimble. Okay, yeah, well, this is absolutely going to be a person who's staying. They even start out with some ambrosia and an addiction to ambrosia, but hey, that's worth it. Really good. Now we do need probably a better cook and definitely a better doctor. So since this person isn't able to do that, let's see. Doctor being even more important than cook, I'd say. I'm gonna reroll until I get good medical. Ooh, that's not good medical, but that is decent. But I really want that. I really want that doctor. I mean, this person's a cannibal and they're greedy, but I don't know. It's only 6 medical skill. It's really not what I want to see. I like that one person who had a toxic waste pack just to start off with. That was pretty interesting. Just, I'm looking for just someone a bit better at medical. It doesn't need to be a burning passion. It just needs to be like, there we go. You know what? An 8 with a minor passion, that's pretty good. This person's definitely good at melee combat. But the tortured artist and the too smart combo plus lazy. Oh, shit. Oh, and a peglet. Yeah, no, never mind. Sorry. Okay, here. Right away, rolled into a better one. We do have a lot of plants, people, so we're definitely going to probably be farming a lot, which is kind of funny for a raiding group. But yeah, that should be fine. The only thing we're missing now would be, like, we don't have an ideal cook, but we have an acceptable one. We don't have anyone ludicrously good at construction or mining, but again, it should be fine. Not ideal, but fine. So yeah, let's go with this. Now, first thing I'm going to do when I load in, I'm going to set all their priorities for their jobs, because that is definitely something I want to get set up right away. So I'm going to tell everyone to firefight if need be right away, and be a patient if, like, it's life-threatening. That's obvious. And the doctor should be doing his doctoral duties first, above all else. After that, childcare, we're not doing any childcare. I'm not having any kids. If we're getting any people, we're getting them the good old slavery way, so we'll be fine. And then bed rest, again, if it's not immediately life-threatening, but it's still life-threatening, I'd really rather they bed rest above all else. I can always change this as need be later on. Basic, I'm gonna make that a 4 because I can just force them to do it by hand. This person has better social, so I'll have them do wardening and handling. This is our cook, I guess. No, this is. I don't know why it was highlighting them instead. Hunting, we're gonna have multiple hunters. We need people to get up their shooting skill. Constructing, let's have everyone do it, but not on as high of a likelihood, and we'll just have this guy be the most likely to do it. Growing, I believe, didn't we have another plant skill, or no, I think I re-rolled them. Yeah, so we have 2 planters, one of them even better than the other. Mining, we'll leave it as is, but yet again, we'll put everyone on to do it if they have nothing else better to do. Then the plant cutting is the same. We have 2 different crafters over here, and then one here who has a 6, but I believe it's not a burning passion. What are this guy's skills specifically? He's just... he is my doctor, duh. Then I will have him smithing, but as a not as likely as these 2 since they have a burning passion. Same with tailoring. Art, we'll have you doing that last case, or actually no. Crafting, same rules apply. Hauling, we'll leave as that. Clean, we'll leave as that. Research, we'll only have you and you doing it. There we go. Now, let's first start by unforbidding all of these things. Now, as for weapons, we don't start with anything great. I mean, we are a tribal start, so... let's see. My people's stats. This guy's got 11 melee, so let's give him the jade knife. This person, 3 shooting, 1 shooting, 7 shooting, so you'll get the pila. You'll get that. You'll get that. You don't even need a weapon. But I guess you'll get a club because no one else has the club. And I believe that means everyone has something equipped. Yeah. We still have the extra Ikwa, I guess, which is just going to be here. I mean, I don't think it does as much damage as the knife does. Let me check, actually, because I'm not sure how much a jade knife specifically does. Oh, it does do more melee damage. Then yeah, okay. I've never made a knife out of jade. That's kind of a very strange resource to pick. Anyway. I turned on the audio because for some reason I've been having issues with OBS lately where the audio hasn't been working properly. I'm just gonna say right now, we don't need this animal. We're slaughtering it. Same with this this monkey. We don't need it. And this dog, no animals. Anyway, so we've got some jade here. Some compacted machinery. We've got all these ancient ruin APCs that are kind of blocking us. Up here, ooh, this could be a really good place for a structure. Let us go ahead and, like, finish this, I guess is the best way of putting it. Let's actually make this one the stockpile zone. It's a bit bigger. Let's haul this to a dumping zone outside. And we do need a door to the actual outside world. So I guess we'll put it there. And then... yeah. There we go, 4 rooms right off the rip. I will need us to chop some more wood while we're at it. So let's go ahead and have everyone start doing their different tasks. I did just realize I should put everyone on a 4 for research if they aren't already on one, so that they at least have something to do in their downtime if they run out of other things to do. So let's tell this guy real quick to deconstruct this fence, because I want to be able to get the corner on this. Okay. Once they finish off these walls, we should have a decent enough building. I mean, it's gonna look really ugly, both for them and for us, but it'll at least be workable, I suppose. It does seem we might have run out of wood, and we're definitely gonna need more of that, so let's chop more wood. There we go. Okay, so the rooms are built. Oh wait, we still need one more wall here. I can't believe I missed that. I am gonna go ahead and get some beds. Well, sleeping spots for now, actually, because we don't have beds researched. And since there's 5 of us, they get to all sleep together in one barracks. They kind of just have to share it. All on the floor, too. While we're at it, let's start working on getting a research bench. Oh, they're already having a party. They are so excited to sleep on the ground in some literal grass and bushes. They just can't help themselves. So let's get 4 research benches, because there should... I don't think I'm ever going to have all 4 running, like, simultaneously. They should always have some other task they're doing. But I'm still going to need steel, so... let's go ahead and tell them to mine a good bit of that, because we're going to really need it. I think I only have, like... Okay, no, everyone is set to mine, but I only have 1 primary miner. We're also going to need a campfire so that we can actually cook our food, and a butcher's spot once that's set up. Because even though we do have a lot of planters, right now we don't really have much use for them. And we'd have to actually set up a planting spot. But we do have some animals already dead. So let's go ahead and just say to butcher creatures forever. Always want to do it. And human-like too, because we're okay with cannibalism. Okay. And, Badger, why don't you go to bed? You did enough mining tonight. Okay, let them sleep through the night. Hopefully we'll get enough steel in the morning to start finishing off those research benches. Let's go ahead and figure out where we're going to want to do our growing. Now, we do prefer fertile soil, but I don't think we have much nearby. I mean, there's this mud and probably a little bit of fertile soil in that area, but I don't want to do it near the mud just because it's kind of hard to differentiate it. Are there any good fertile soil areas? It doesn't look like any. Okay, then we're just going to have to use some regular soil. We do want to avoid stony soil, so we're probably going to just do it like over here, in this area here. I will wait to actually do it for now, though, because I want them to finish off these research benches so that we can get some actual beds. Oh, and he botched the construction. Okay. Off to a wonderful start. Now they're cleaning up the area, which is... fine, I guess. I did forget. I need to claim the actual building. That way they will repair the walls, because those do need some repairs. They're only made of slate, so their durability is... I mean, it's higher than wood, obviously, and it's not flammable, which is great. But it's still, like, one of the weakest stones. So it's not ideal. That's for sure. Now, once these guys eventually finish their mining, that'll be nice. Oh, cargo pods. Thank you, Randy Random. We don't have anywhere to haul it. Let me, for now, let's make a second stockpile zone just because they are really overfilling that zone. Mostly with wood. And until we can get some shelves, it doesn't matter. Oh, thank you for the follow, Riven Blake. Hi. So let's see, just we now have this free wake up that Randy gave us. I'm doing pretty good. How about you? Thank you. Now let's actually finish these research buildings, shall we? Okay, we finally have some actual research. First things first, we definitely want to be able to make some beds, so let's get complex furniture. Because right now, sleeping on a cement and dirt floor doesn't seem ideal for my people's happiness. Speaking of which, Badger, please go to bed. I know you love mining. Glad to hear it. It's going pretty good so far. I only started like about 20-ish minutes ago, but it's so far nothing terrible has happened, which is already a plus. Yeah, I will. Thank you, though. I am going to replace the floor in the bedroom with wood, so that way they get a little bit less upset about how ugly it is. Plus, it gives me some extra steel. I started streaming a couple days ago, actually. My first stream was just on Monday. Thank you. I forgot to actually tell them to cook food, I'm realizing now. Bit late to realize it, considering I'm pretty sure the meat's gonna start going bad soon. Yeah, less than a day. I've played Binding of Isaac on stream today. As you can see, I'm playing Rimworld. Tomorrow, I'm still not sure if I'm going to do more Rimworld, or I'm considering doing a Final Fantasy XIV stream. I'd be making a new character and starting from scratch, because I would rather have people get to watch my character grow with me, you know? Yep, and if people end up really enjoying any of these games, I'll keep playing them. If I notice that people aren't really tuning in for certain ones, I'll probably change it up. Just, you know, I want to play what other people enjoy. Badger really loves mining. My goodness. So they are taking their sweet time repairing those walls. But it is absolutely necessary. Badger, for the love of all that is fucking holy, please stop mining steel when it's time to go to bed. Everyone else has, like, been asleep for an hour. Yeah, so it's called Rimworld. It's really, it's a colony survival where you can have a lot of creativity. I mean, right now I've got a raider faction, although we haven't actually done any raids yet since they've only been here for about 3 days. But you can do whatever. You can have pacifists, you can have raiders, you can have whatever you feel like. You can make your clothing out of leather made from other people, for all you care. You know, you can do whatever. It's a very open-ended game, which is, it really opens yourself up for some creativity to do some weird but fun things. I do think I want to get a fueled stove in here, but I need to get a full floor before I do that. Let's just go ahead and replace all the floors. It's kind of like The Sims. It's definitely more like The Sims if the people making it were on crack. Because, I mean, it's got a lot of similarities in, like, taking care of your colonists in the same way that you would take care of Sims characters, but it's got the whole a lot of murder thing going for it. It's also, if you ever heard of Dwarf Fortress, it's pretty similar to that, although nowhere near as in depth as that game. That game, that one makes this look like nothing. What are you doing? Oh, just relaxing. Thank you for the offer, but I already have an artist, but thank you. I haven't created a Discord channel yet for this account, but when I do, it will be down below in my same area where you can find my YouTube and my VODs channel. But thank you again for the offer. That's really nice. Okay, once they eventually finish off the wooden flooring in here, I will get a stove built. That they aren't just using a campfire. There we go. There we go. Now I can make a lot more specific meals. For now, we're just going to make regular simple meals, though. My characters are probably going to start getting hungry. So let's start some hunting. Now let's get a growing zone set up as well. Get that started as soon as possible. And we'll go with corn. Okay, so let them clear out all the plants so that we can actually use the field before I enable the sowing of the field. Yeah, they are starting to starve. It would be really ideal if we had a bit more food. I might have to tell my planters to start harvesting some berry bushes. Ah. Well, he ate some raw meat. Oops. Who doesn't just every now and then get so hungry they eat some raw rat flesh? I mean, I know I'm guilty. You're just a little bit peckish and you're like, well, you know, there's a slab of rat haunch over there. I mean, sure, I could cook it, but that takes like a couple minutes and it's right there. Everyone wake up now. I should probably tell them to stop doing drugs. I'm realizing I didn't even realize I didn't turn that off. They need to stop just doing drugs whenever they feel like it. I'd rather keep those so I can sell them. Oh, and our first raid. One guy with a club. What a threat. Let's get everyone set up to defend. Okay. go ahead and take all that stuff too. Definitely want this medicine and these drugs. And let's haul the corpse over closer, because that is some meat, I suppose. Is this guy bleeding out? Oh, no, he's just gotten his legs absolutely destroyed. Good. Is he my doctor, by any chance? He's not. Good. He won't be self-medicating. I still have to sort of, like, memorize who is who. So, who is my doctor? Ah, Ibis. Let's, wow, speak of the devil, we've got... Ibis is now in trouble. I think Ibis can outrun the cougar. Ibis might outrun the cougar. They are not good at melee. Do I have anyone else nearby? Anyone who's actually good at combat? I do not. Okay, Ibis just needs to outrun the cougar and get back to the base. Okay, Ibis is not going to manage it. Now the cougar is mad that for some reason we would defend ourselves. I know, crazy. Now, if nothing else, the cougar should die here. Orange, why don't you help? There we go. Let's hopefully not have our colony get ruined right away off of that. Okay, good. Already tending. I want to save the, like, full-on medicine for if we need to do a full surgery or if someone gets, like, ill. And we'll use the herbal meds for repairing these, like, blood wounds and stuff like that. Ooh, someone is willing to trade. Also, I should tell this person to self-tend. Who in my group is the best at talking? Badger is. Let's see, we can sell that jade knife from earlier, as well as all those drugs. I'm sure the guy who's addicted to ambrosia is gonna be happy I'm selling his stuff. And we'll make... we'll go up to 700 gold. So is there anything here worth 700 or less that I would want? I mean, the assault rifle comes to mind. I mean... assault rifle. Who's my absolute best shooter? Orange. Well then, Orange is definitely going to be getting the assault rifle. And someone is a major break risk. Oh, it's just because he's in severe pain, isn't it? Whatever. That, and because he's a tortured artist and has to sleep on the bed and has to share a bedroom. I mean, it's just, like, basically one thing that's upsetting him, right? Basically. There's a lot of blood on the floor, too, so we definitely need to get that cleaned up for, in case we need to do anything medical. Oh. Well, Red's not tired, I guess. He just wants to walk around. Let's go ahead and have Orange, when he wakes up, clean the blood out of the room so that it's not quite so horror movie-y. They're also eating raw food because they just can't, for the life of them, keep enough food to actually cook. Who is my cook? Komodo. Oh, the person who's unconscious. That also explains it. No wonder they're eating raw food. We have no one to cook it. Oh well. We can go a little while off of raw food. It'll upset my people, but like, I don't care. Now, Orange, you're my social guy, right? Or no. Badger is. See, this is what I mean. I have to figure it out. Now, the bulk goods trader, we can give this all these leathers I've collected, which is definitely gonna net us a nice 300. And we could buy nothing that useful. I mean, we could buy a yak, and then we could get milk. But I'd have to build a fenced-in area for it, and that would honestly take so much time, it probably wouldn't be worth it. So I'll just sell off the leather for now. Komodo can finally move, so let's butcher, please, before this rots. And let's cook some food so that we're not all eating raw meat. Red is still just walking around like a moron because he's that upset about the fact that he's a tortured artist. Now that one cougar gave us 3 meals, which is nice, but definitely not enough for 5 people to last very long. That's why we need to get this farm up and running as soon as possible. Which means Komodo and Ibis need to get fucking to it. Ibis, are you still hunting? No, you're cloud watching, of course. That takes precedence over food. Okay, you're happy enough. I'm gonna tell him to stop hunting because he needs to be doing some growing. As long as they cut all the plants in here, then we can start growing. There we go. Now we can start planting this corn and finally have a source of food, although admittedly it won't actually matter for a good while. Considering these plants are gonna take a while to grow. 11 days. And another raid. Oh, this is yet another just person with a club. Let's have Badger fall back so that the traders can just deal with the attacker instead of him. And there he went. Well, that's some more food. Not to mention all the animals that need to be butchered. Now, Komodo is gonna take a while to heal up from all those wounds, but I need her to just get the meat completed so that my people can actually eat. Also, Red has been walking around for like over a day at this point. Is he okay? I'm not. Those thrombos can wait. I'm not dealing with those yet. Red instantly became inspired after that. Gotta love tortured artists. Anyway, let's cook up a nice hearty amount of food so that way we can stop eating raw meat for like, I don't know, 1 day. And Orange would prefer to not wait 3 minutes. Rimworld. So I'll let Komodo heal up for a bit since we now have like enough food for a day. We do need the corn growers to hurry up. Ibis, hurry. Thank you. Now we do have... I think Komodo also can grow. Yeah, but she's kind of busy. I didn't think that through, having the cook also be a grower, that the cook is never going to be available to grow because they're always going to be cooking. So that was me not thinking, but oh well. It's still nice to have someone who can, if nothing else, when they're not cooking, they can help with the growing. Anyway, we do need to, Red, please clean up the large amount of blood that's still in the room. And in the cooking rooms so that we don't get food poisoning. Badger, I swear, stop. Every single night, he just, instead of going to bed, he insists that he must mine some steel. He just yearns for it. And now, oh, Komodo. Komodo got upset that she was recreation deprived, so she decided to walk around, even though Komodo could have done recreation at any point if she had just stopped resting for a second. Let's get some more recreation variety, just because that might matter soon. Well, with my cook out of commission for an unknown amount of time, I'm gonna have to find another way to get some food. I'm not doing this. I don't care about honor right now. Soon the cornfield will be filled. Let's hunt some more. Ooh, not boom rats. Let's hunt some more animals so that we can get some actual, even if it is raw, food. Now the animals are starting to rot over here. I'm remembering that she's also our butcher. Okay, well, temporarily, Red is going to be butchering because we need some food for people. Some nice human flesh with some alpaca steak sides. You still just walking around? Yep. You'd think they weren't happy living here. I mean, wouldn't you enjoy it? It's got a view. Mostly of bloody soil, but it's got a view. Sorry about that. Okay, Red, you've butchered enough. You can just start eating the raw meat now. I'm not gonna have him try and cook any actual meals, or else he'll just give them food poisoning. It's funny how raw meat isn't giving them food poisoning, yet I know for a fact if he ends up cooking, he's going to give them food poisoning that way. Some cargo pods. Oh my! A lot of sheep wool. Well, that's quite nice. Red needs to help with hauling that wool. Because I don't want it to degrade out in the air. Komodo's still just doing Komodo things. I do have 2 clubs. Because Komodo is supposed to have one equipped. At least she ate some human flesh while she was walking around, and now she's sleeping it off, hopefully. I hope she wakes up and stops being this way. Where's Orange going? Okay, forget the raccoon. We need the sheep wool. Because that's, I mean, I don't think it's worth a lot, but it can be used to make some pretty good clothing. Why did he not grab all of it? Okay, hang on. Dude. Thank you. I don't know why he refused to pick up both of the stacks. There you go. Now we've got all the sheep wool safe and secured. Now, Komodo, why don't you... Yeah, okay, fine. Deal with your recreation. That is literally what tipped you off earlier. And I'm sure the raw food isn't helping, but... Blah, blah, blah. They should just get used to it. It's just raw meat. Yep, this is Rimworld. Oh, I see part of the problem. They're not making human flesh meals. Well, now that's an issue. Your meals are allowed to include human flesh. You guys don't care about it. If you're willing to eat it raw, you're willing to eat it cooked. Okay, now we finally have like a nice food backlog for the most part. Komodo just having Komodo be the one to go stop that cougar earlier was such a bad idea. I did not realize that she was my cook, or I would not have sent her to do that, because she is taking forever to get better. Look at how long this is going to take. Thankfully, I mean, it's been like a week in game at this point since she got mauled, but she should be better when she wakes up. There we go. Now she can go back to cooking. Also, I'm gonna just have to break the wall down between these rooms. I don't really want to, but the storage is just... Actually, you know what I could do? I could make another zone outside, like right here, and have it be a critical location for putting steel. Since steel doesn't decay when it's outdoors, I don't need to have it wasting room inside. You know, stuff like wool will decay, but that won't. Real quick, equip your club, Komodo. You need to be able to defend yourself. Now, for anyone who wasn't here at the beginning, I have this on commitment mode, so I cannot reload saves. So, if something bad happens, something bad happens. If we clean up the trash in the kitchen so that it doesn't cause food poisoning. That's a nice balanced meal. It's got alpaca meat, human meat, and tortoise meat, but there was literally one single piece of human meat in that dish. I saw that, and this is spread amongst 4 different meals. So, like, logically speaking, there is a quarter of a piece of human flesh in every one. It's like a little hors d'oeuvre on top of the meat mountain. Like, oh wow, is this like a cherry on top? Oh, kind of. It's a human heart. Now, a lot of the animals are rotting outside, so that's not ideal, but that's what happens when Komodo gets knocked out of commission for a while. Another party. Yay. I'm gonna put a ritual spot in the kitchen, just so that we can give someone the shaman role. I'm pretty sure that I want that to go to, like, the most social person, which would be Badger. So Badger needs to become a shaman of raiding. Nice little ritual right next to the kitchen. It's like, ah, yes, here is the stove and here is our leader. There we go. Now that's gonna make Red slightly less happy, and he is a tortured artist, so that's probably not ideal, but like, for now, he still has extremely low recreations. Once they finish learning how to make beds, this will be a lot better. And then I'll just have to get them to not be in a barracks. So I'll need to make some more rooms. But right now, I just wanted to focus on learning how to make beds before that. Let's try and move some more of these stones so that I have, like, room to build with. That'll take a bit of a precedent over the research because of the way I have it ordered, but oh well. Ibis, please wake up. I forgot, if I want to make sure that they all wake up at the right time, I can just tell them to work first thing in the morning, and then have recreation at the end. There we go, that should work out fine. Probably. I don't know. I mean, it's like, just like real life, think about it. You have to work from 6 a.m. all the way until 7 p.m., and then you get 2 hours to yourself before bedtime. Realistic. Once they're done moving every rock in existence, they should start researching again. Yep. And once they learn, okay, they learned how to make beds. Let's learn how to make clothing. But we're not actually going to focus on that quite yet, because right now I'm going to tell them to finish moving the rocks, because they didn't actually finish that. Second of all, let's move this zone. I regret putting it where I did. Let's put it right here. There we go. Now they just need to all figure out that they have a job to do. And then I should have room to start building some actual rooms for them. If I make shelves, I can. Let's do that. Get some shelving units up so that I can store the stuff not just on the floor. Probably gonna prioritize wood in the shelves just because that's gonna take up a lot of my inventory. That's gonna be fine. It's just a small controlled fire. Yeah, we'll go with that. My building is mostly made out of stone, so it'll be fine. Honestly, you know what? Never mind. I'm not even gonna specify wood. These guys just filled these shelves so perfectly. I don't even care. I did not realize shelves were this good. I knew they were good. I didn't think it was this good. My goodness. I'll be honest, I don't use shelves very often. Build as many as I can, I guess. Now I have an extra room over here. I can use that for whatever. I guess I could make that, you know what? I could make it a dining room so that they, stop having to eat off of the floor. Oh, I'm gonna have to move that door. Oh, thank you for the follow. Lindarati too. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I'm doing good. How are you? Yeah, of course. And glad to hear it. I live in Pennsylvania. They botched the construction. Oh, cool. My dad actually grew up in Austria. I played Binding of Isaac a good bit on stream the last couple days, and I'm playing Rimworld today. I'm gonna do an MMO tomorrow, probably. So I do like variety. I don't like to just stay with one type of game. Yep, I just started earlier this week. Yeah, I've got some that are in the works. An artist friend of mine is still creating some of them, but I really wanted to start early, so I kind of just went with what I've got right now while she's still creating the rest. I didn't even realize the starvation was being an issue again. Thank you for the offer, but no, I'm good. I've already got an artist who helps me with that sort of thing, but thank you. I'm good, thank you, though. Okay, that'll hopefully help with the meat issues. We do need to go raiding soon. I believe my people are probably getting upset about the fact that they aren't. Oh, not yet. but soon we're gonna need to go raiding. I'm gonna do that. I want much better equipment. Right now, the only person who is actually well equipped is Orange, who has an assault rifle because of a trader that came by. Everyone else has primitive tools, and we've just got one guy who has an AK. For some reason. Now, while the food problem is being sorted out by my hunters, let's plan out the next few buildings where they're going to have their beds. So I'm thinking, let's see, probably a 7x7 room for each person, which the actual internals would be 5x5. So it'd be like that, and then have it built up like that. It's kind of bare bones, but we are a tribal settlement right now, so I need to start basic. There we go. Once they're completed with the walls, I'll have them put in the floors before I actually have them put their beds in there, because I'm pretty sure they'd be too upset about how grungy it is to have it be worth it. Apparently Red is upset because he's a tortured artist, yeah. Orange, you might want to go to bed. Okay. It's like everyone else is asleep. You may want to. Okay, Komodo, I guess have fun filling up your recreation. Last time I didn't let you fill it up, you starved the entire colony. So I won't fight it. You can do whatever you want. I am going to put a shelf in here for specifically the meals. And then a shelf a shelf here for specifically like raw meat. Well, actually, you know what? No, the raw meat can stay in there. Let's have this one be for meals. There we go. That way they don't have to move as far to bring their food to the table. It's sort of like a fridge, except it's not at all cold. But that way I can keep an eye on how much food we've got, which is the main reason for this. Speaking of which, more food moved in. Let's start working on the flooring too. Is red's only good for crafting and research and melee. Oh well. You know what? With the amount of walking they're doing for that meat, I think I will end up building that shelf I said I wasn't going to build. For specifically raw meat. Also, I'm going to have them hold open all the doors in here so that they stop wasting so much time between them. I can hear Orange shooting his assault rifle way off in the distance. I just heard a very distant bang, 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 bang. Wow, it does not feel like I've been streaming for an hour. My goodness. Although, admittedly, I guess creating my characters did take a good, like, 10 minutes, so... Yeah. Well, maybe not quite 10 minutes. It took a little while. I think because I only have 4 chairs that there is actually one person who keeps having to eat without a table, which is kind of funny. But I should probably fix that. Maybe by having a single wooden table here and they can eat next to that. I don't know. I might just have to make a bigger food. Oh, well, I guess once I move their beds, I could use the room in here. Yeah, for now I'll just leave it as is. I am realizing now the reason they're not building is because we're out of wood. I didn't even notice that. I am very stupid. Okay, we've got a nice surplus of food that we are building up here. Badger, why are you upset? Oh, you're a night owl? I didn't even notice. Oh. Well then. Whoops. That is my mistake. I did not notice that you were a night owl. Whoopsie. That explains why his mood was constantly being shot. And what is he good at other than social? Animals. And art. Well, the art is whatever, that can be done at any time, but the animal skill with a night owl seems not ideal because he can't really work with animals while they're asleep. That's not great. If only there were nocturnal animals in this game. Oh well. I'll figure it out as I go. I mean, I don't need to have any animals anyway. Plus, the animal skill can just be used for taming them and then, like, keeping animals in a cage. Such as, like, cows. And then maybe he can... Or I guess with chickens, would be a better example. With cows, he still needs them to be awake to milk them. But with chickens, they just lay their eggs and then he can pick them up. Badger, you should do something recreation instead of sleeping. I need orange to finish off the walls first. And they can do the ceiling. Okay, let's start building the sleeping spots in these rooms. Oops. I'll have an extra chair in case something happens and I have another person somehow. I'm actually gonna make this badger's sleeping spot. Whatever. I'm gonna try and have them sleep in the order that they are at the top of the screen so it's easier to keep track of them. And now this shelf needs to move. And this shelf, I wanted it to be raw food. There we go. That's a lot better. And I can now move this door yet again, because at this point I've moved it twice now. But by doing that, then I can put a second shelf here for even more raw food. I don't care if you want money. I'm not giving you any. Those young drifters just have to suck it up. A heat wave. Well, looks like everyone gets a passive cooler in their room now, so that they can be a little less hot. And one in the kitchen and dining room as well. That's all I can really do. Now, there's a bunch of children here. And damn, do I want some free food, but we're good on meals, so I'll leave them be, I guess. Okay, let's not wood. Just raw meat in there. Now with the passive coolers, their rooms are a nice 80 degrees instead of the 100 they were. Oh, it's going down to 70. Oh my, those are really strong coolers. Now, this room in here, what do I want to... I mean, this will probably be a crafting room in the end. Or if I'm being completely honest, what's probably going to happen is I'm going to end up building a whole new facility and deconstructing this one eventually. But for now, let's research how to do some actual crafting of clothing so that we aren't wearing tribal gear anymore. Everyone's got heat stroke. Okay, everyone get into that cool room. Just stay in there a little longer so that way you can cool off. And now go back to work. Badger is idle. Aren't you supposed to be asleep right now, Badger? What the hell? No wonder you're idle. Well, I don't know what to tell you to do. Also, I'm gonna turn these off of do forever and have these be do until you halves. Or wait, I should do 57. Komodo will end up cooking now, right? No. Okay. I guess just refuel the stove so you have something to do. Whatever, because Badger decided not to sleep when he should be sleeping, he's kind of causing issues. There's not a lot of wildlife because all of it, I believe, left because of heat stroke. Speaking of which, like, everyone has heat stroke. Oops. Badger really trying his best to hunt this tortoise. I don't think he's gonna get it. Okay, Badger, you can stop. You can stop. You missed about 30 times. You're fine. Now let's get some more steel. because you can always use more steel. Because Badger, I know, is my best miner. He's not that good, but he's better than anyone else. And he doesn't want to do any recreation. Okay. Whew. Okay, you guys can stop the mining. Once they learn how to make some clothing, this will really speed it up, because I believe I have 2 different people who are good at tailoring. Yeah, Red and Komodo. Well, Komodo will probably be busy cooking a lot of the time, but Ibis can also do it, I guess. Now, I could put an art bench in here a while, I guess. I should not have put that thing there. That was a dumb location to put that. Also, this isn't necessary, but I'm replacing this wooden floor just because it looks better. There we go. Now we have an art bench. Shape of assault. Okay. Now let's work on some smithing so we can make some real weapons. But I do want us to make a shape of assault out of wood, so that we don't have to worry about whoever. I'm sure somebody is gonna get upset that we don't have one at some point, if they aren't already. Okay, they're not yet. Now, Badger, since he's the nocturnal one, he has his art pieces to just work through all night, I guess. And after he makes one of those, actually, have him make 2, because I think we eventually need 2. I'll have him just start making, I guess, a lot of small sculptures out of wood. I know that you probably get more like bang for your buck doing grand sculptures, but I'm not making them for money right now, or I wouldn't be making them out of wood. I'm making them just to like place around and make things look nice. Like, it'll probably end up having the rooms get filled with them. Speaking of which, I forgot to actually give them beds, even though I researched how to make them. Whoops. I'm just gonna have them build them there for now, because I don't want to deconstruct their sleeping spots yet. Raided by, yet again, just a dude. With a bat, basically. What do you think will win? Guy with a large stick, or assault rifle? Who will win? Okay, apparently the guy with a fucking club. Where did I hit him? Shot him twice in the torso, that's it? Okay. Well, back off and I'll shoot him some more. Well, now he's bled a little. Oh, he's got heat stroke too. He's gonna get affected by the heat stroke. That's kind of funny. Let's just get him shot as much as possible before he even gets to attack me. Can you hit him, please? You have the highest shooting skill. Oh, he's beginning his assault. Oh no, whatever will I do? He's gonna die in 9 hours just from blood loss alone. 8 hours. 7 hours. 6. Jeez, how will I be able to handle it? There we go. Why don't you go ahead and haul the drugs? That's the most important part of what he's got on him. Red decided to just start insulting Orange over and over again, I guess. And is already done. Is Orange even upset by it? Slightly. Very, very slightly. Okay. There we go. Now they're all sleeping in beds at least. So the 3 pieces of just human flesh sitting there. That's pretty nice. We do need more food. That cougar is not ideal. Considering they keep recreation starving themselves, I might have to change up my schedule from how it currently is. I'm not sure if this is working with them just do recreation right before bed, because they tend to just decide to sleep instead of doing that. I might have to just change it to sleep and then anything, so that they actually do some recreation. I think I'll do that. It means they'll do slightly less efficient work, but oh well. We'll have 1 hour of work at the very beginning so that they wake up on time, though. I wish there was an option for anything except sleep. That way they didn't just go to sleep during the anything time. Basically work and recreation combined into one. That'd be really helpful. Let's put up the shape of a salt statue that got finished. Make this room look a lot nicer than it really needs to. It's just a kitchen, but... Actually, we should probably put it in here, shouldn't we? Another party! Okay. Badger doesn't get to go to the party because he's too busy sleeping since he's a night owl. Here, tell you what, Badger, you don't get to enjoy the party, but you get to clean up the mess made from the party. Oh, no, okay, he decided to stick around even if he was supposed to be asleep. And then go to bed afterward. Imagine you're just chilling out at a party with your friends, some guy comes in who you It's basically the night shift worker of your work just walks in like over halfway through the party, starts cleaning up the mess, talks to you for like 5 minutes, and then goes right back to bed. Realistic for night shift workers. So with the 4 research benches I've got, I'm gonna have to give them an actual room to research in, so that it's not quite as slow. It's going to be a slightly bigger building than this one over here, so I'm gonna build it over here so it doesn't like connect. Wait, I want this to look nicer. This is just a symmetry thing. Also, I don't know why I told them to make separate research benches. I just need to move the ones I've already got. But once this building is set up, I will have them move it indoors, so it'll have a nicer temperature. Speaking of temperature, I should probably put some coolers in here. I'm gonna put 2 in there just because that's gonna be a room where a lot of people are at. So if we get a heat wave, I want to make sure that it can keep the temperature completely down, and not just like mostly down. Which it shouldn't be an issue, because I'm pretty sure even when it was hitting 100, we were getting it down to 75, but like, just in case. Plus, I mean, it's not like we're starved for wood. We got another shape of assault to put up. Looks very different from the other one, but whatever. Now we're working on just those mini ones, so this dining room is somewhat impressive, so that's nice. Orange is really going ham and building those walls. Oh, we are starved for wood. Wouldn't you know it? Here I was thinking we had way too much earlier, but I guess we finally caught up. Now, Orange can finish building all of that, and it instead is going to have to go grab wood from there, instead of just grabbing what was already down here. Okay, whatever. There we go, now this is a fully fledged research building. There we go. Now, since they're researching indoors, it should be a much better speed. Yeah, I mean, the room is slightly unclean, so clean it, I guess, Komodo, because they're the closest to it. Now, I did learn how to make the tailoring bench earlier, and I have yet to actually build it, so I'll build that a while. And since I'm going to be burning through wood, I will collect a bit more. For recreation, let's get a game of for them to play. That way they have some more recreation variety than just either go on a walk, talk to people, or throw a rock through a hoop. I should specify not to allow rotten corpses in this heap. Badger, you really stopped with like 2 seconds left on it. Okay. Let's go ahead and start putting these into their rooms. I know one of them is an aesthetic, so I don't want to do it for them. Who is it? Orange. Okay, so don't put that in Orange's room. Orange wants a shitty room. Where's Ibis? Oh. Going on a walk. The corn is finally over the halfway point to a well, I mean, it was already over the halfway point. It's to a decent degree over it, to the point where it's actually starting to look like it's flowering. So it'll actually give some corn if like emergencies arise. Speaking of which, glad I noticed we're low on food again. This is why I have that cornfield, specifically because I am a moron who keeps forgetting about food, whereas once the corn is done, that'll give me a massive stockpile. Ancient danger. Yeah, I know, it's kind of weird how there's just a solid wall here. Makes you wonder what's inside, doesn't it? Yeah, we're starving, I know. Oh, he botched it. There we go. Now we can hold a whole lot of corn in there. And we've got this tailor bench. We could use the wool to make some nice winter clothing. However, let's see, we need 80 for a parka, and we have 208. We would only get to make 2 parkas. It'd probably be smarter to get a different resource, or to get some sheep so that I can get my own wool if I'm going to go down that route. Because only 2 people getting it would basically be useless, because everyone else would still have temperature regulation issues. I don't know why that wood is forbidden, but I unforbidded it. So Badger can hopefully help Red and Orange with their... Well, he can help Red with being a tortured artist by doing the council ability. But I won't worry about that quite yet, because right now he isn't in break zone. Oh, good. The cougar started hunting Ibis and then just left because there was nothing that the cougar could do. Oh, for... I thought the cougar would just stop hunting my people when Ibis went inside. Well, who's my doctor? Ibis. That's the second time, I think, that has happened. Another raid from the cancer pests. They sent a 13-year-old girl with a fucking wooden stick? Oh, don't worry though, she's very neurotic. She only has 1 point in melee. What is the point in that? My goodness. I mean, I guess send the guy with an assault rifle after her. Seems like overkill, but like, she is trying to attack us. Is he gonna miss every shot? Okay, no, good. Where'd he hit? She has a peg leg! How did I not notice it? Why'd you send a 13-year-old with a peg leg and a wooden club to attack someone you know has a gun? And 4 other people. But also a gun. That, were they just sending her off to die? Was this like some kind of suicide mission? Well, there she goes. I feel bad, like, I feel bad killing her. It's like some poor 13-year-old just getting sent to their death for no reason. Oh, what the hell? That just seemed unnecessarily cruel. Komodo needs to stop resting and start cooking again because we're out of food yet again. There we go. Get a nice backlog of food. Once the plants are done, this will be a lot less of an issue because we won't have to worry about hunting to get all our food. I should have probably done rice instead of corn. Corn is like, if I remember correctly, corn is the most time efficient compared to rice, but rice is like, I know rice is quicker to grow. So I think maybe it would have been better to do rice for my first harvest and then corn after that, once I had gotten a food backlog from the rice. But I didn't do that. Also, I want to get rid of these brambles here because they're going into the crops, and I don't know if that matters or not, but it looks annoying for the corn. So we could be doing better on food. We still do have some minor issues with that, but Komodo is healing up relatively soon. Kinda. I'll have her go back to butchering and not laying down. Laying down only slightly speeds up the healing process anyway. I mean, it's still nice to have it, but we need the food more than we need her to heal. I wish I could tell her to specifically prioritize butchering this turkey first. Because I know it's going to give a lot of meat. It's a turkey. Actually, why don't you take her I just said about how I feel bad about killing the 13-year-old, and yet I just took her skull. Do I really feel bad? I mean, I don't. I feel more bad in the sense of like, man, why did they send you to do this? Not so much, man, I feel bad killing you. Okay, we learned how to do smithing. Let's learn how to make long blades though, because I want some actually really nice melee weaponry. Moto can go back to resting now that she's cooked up enough food to last us one more day. She's almost done healing too. How long on her leg? Oh, that should be done soon. At least as long as she stays asleep here. There we go. Now she's finally willing to stop just resting every night. I do like how, despite Red being a tortured artist, he's not actually my artist. Because his art skill is only 4. Whereas Badger has a 9, and it's a burning passion. That tortured artist skill basically isn't going to give him help with that, but it'll help him with his crafting, which is honestly more important. There, now everyone has a slightly impressive bedroom, except for the person who wants it to be dull. So we're in pretty good shape. It might be time to set up another farm for, like, Devil Strand. However, I'm not sure how good at growing my people are. 11. What do I need in order to be able to grow Devil Strand? I need the research, first of all. Oops. What's this say? Yeah, minimum skill is 10. Okay, so I could do Devil Strand. So once we learn how to make long blades, I'll have Devil Strand be next. Then we can learn how to sew it, and we can farm up some nice crops. By then, it'll probably be going into fall, so I actually probably... I don't know, researching Devil Strand might not be the play, because when winter hits, it'll kill off the crops. Oh. Okay, then I won't do Devil Strand next, even though I'd really like to, because it'll just die off. I can just use the leather that I've gotten. I've gotten a lot of light leather, 408 light leather specifically, and how much plain leather? 249 plain leather. Decent. There's a grizzly bear. Okay. We should probably deal with that. Orange, go deal with the grizzly bear. You have an assault rifle that should take out a bear. Okay, how hurt is the bear? Very good. Death in 18 hours. If nothing else, the bear will die, even if Orange gets injured with him. Oh, oh no. The bear's in his room. Well, you know what? I wonder if you could take him. Probably not. I don't want to send Komodo in because every time that happens, something bad occurs. Who's my other melee character? Red. Red, go help. It's just a little bit of injury. Okay, that's not ideal. Ah. Okay. Red was our big research guy and our big melee guy. So that's really annoying to lose him. But everything he can do, someone else can do. We have over here Orange, or not Orange. Ibis also has good melee. I don't know why Ibis has a bow. I should have given her a melee weapon. This grizzly bear is just gonna need to kind of exist for a while. Death in 9 hours. Oh, he's gonna die in 3 hours, and this grizzly bear might actually be the reason that I lose Orange. I'm gonna have to send in the big guns. And by the big guns, I mean everybody. Okay, good. Ibis, you need to rescue Orange right this instant. He needs real medical help. Yeesh. He should be fine. I did not think that Orange was gonna get, or that Red was gonna die when he went in there. I thought he genuinely could take on the bear because it was so injured. But then the bear killed him in 2 hits, and I did not see that coming. I just cleaned up a little bit of the blood. That's all I can really do. Although, to be fair, he's glad that he has a bad bedroom, so I don't think it matters. Eesh. Okay, well, I guess it's time for a grave. I mean, I could make a wooden sarcophagus, but yeah, you know what? We'll go with a sarcophagus. It's a bit overkill, but I think it's a nice send-off. Now, we will put it right over... Put it right behind his bedroom. That really does suck, though. Losing a colonist is not a good thing. Now we have a trader here. Our socialite is... Who is our socialite? Badger. Sculpture's worth 76 bucks. That's nice, I guess. Yeah, I'll just sell it for the money. Damn. I'm still kind of upset about Red dying there. Did they just cut up Red? Well, now I feel really bad. Now I feel like an asshole. I did not realize that I was doing that. Thank you for the follow, Carrie Thomas. Well, at least he will be helping with the food problems. Oops. Anyway, let's pretend like that wasn't a massive stupid mistake I just made there. I can't believe I did that. That was really dumb, even by my standards. Well, we're down to 4 people, but at least we killed the bear. And you know what? That means making clothing will be easier, because we have less to make. Let's make this out of light leather, I guess, since we have so much of it. Hopefully we can get some more firearms soon, because I think with more guns that bear would have been dead without killing a colonist. I'm still upset that he died in 2 hits. I thought that my man could tank long enough for the bear to die. Thanks, I guess, for the hat and the kid romper. We don't have any children here, and we'll never have any children here, but I guess it's the thought that counts. Also, the hat is, I guess, useful. Kind of strange, but whatever. Uh, 31 hyperweave. If I keep the prisoner for 5 days, I will accept that. And Red's bedroom is now a prisoner bedroom. Who is it that is in charge of this? Badger. There we go. Also, a high mate who is bald. Also, an asexual high mate. Oh yeah, that's big brain. We're gonna have a race whose entire existence is to be a companion and concubine, but be asexual. My job is to fuck, by the way, I don't fuck. I don't understand this game. What gear does this person have? Oh, a plain leather button-down shirt. I'm gonna be having those soon too. And I still have the skull of that 13-year-old girl here. I should probably actually make use of that by putting it on a spike. Oh, I don't want to make it out of steel. No, no, no. I want wood. I like how Komodo decided that she's the one who deserves the hat that we got as a gift, because after all, she's been mauled by 2 separate cougars. The fact that it happened not once but twice is actually kind of funny. Also, someone should probably clean the prisoner's room. That little bit of trash there can't get cleaned, I guess. It won't give me the option to. I would stream longer, but the VODs already are quite long, just doing the 2.5 hour long streams, plus 4 days a week, and editing all that down for videos. It does take a while. I haven't uploaded any of the edited videos yet because I'm waiting till I have a bit of a backlog of VODs, because I want to be able to mash together bits from different streams. But like, I still have been editing the ones I've already got to make them bite-sized pieces for putting into one large video. Now with this field smithy, we should be able to finally get some good melee weapons, and then once those are built, I would probably end up calling that the stream. Based off of the stats of all my characters, so Komodo is useless in combat. Badger should be using melee, Orange has a gun, and then Ibis should be using it. So I need to make 2 good melee weapons, and then Komodo can just take the dreg items, because he isn't gonna... Really? It's great to hear, man. Oh, we're out of wood. No wonder that wasn't working. I was like, hello? 14 gold. What a gift. Thank you. Jeez. The last guy's only gave me a hat and some kid clothing. Which I'm still not sure why they gave me children's clothing. The prisoner room doesn't really need to have a statue. They can have a shitty room. It doesn't need to be impressive. There we go. Now your prison cell is dull. Hope you enjoy. So I am gonna tell my my people to start putting some trash out here because it clearly needs to go out here. Namely, I don't need any clubs. Those can just go out here, as well as any apparel that is not clean. That should clear up some room in my inventory. I'm going to tell them to take weapons and clothing off of the shelves in my storage room, just because it's kind of hard to tell what's there. Also, the corn is finally done. Finally! Nice huge batch of corn. Let's put a door there so that they can get in and out a lot quicker. There we go. Now the corn delivery is a lot faster. Oh, look at how much faster that is. Oh, fast corn delivery. Call that some Amazon same-day delivery corn. Had to clean all that dirt out of there. There we go. We've got a huge backlog of food now. Wonderful. Perfect. Who doesn't love some human flesh with a side of a whole corn? A whole cob of corn. I think that is the breakfast, lunch, and dinner of kings. Just personally. That's what I think. Installing even more of those statues so that these people like their rooms even more. Need to make them as impressive as possible. I don't want some random 31-year-old. I don't know their stats, so I don't want them. I prefer to get my units by taking out raiders and then looking at their looking at the stats of raiders that I knock out and then deciding, do I harvest them for organs or do I keep them as a actual person? Which is the more boring option, but sometimes necessary, because sometimes a human being is worth more than just the sum of their parts. once the corn has been fully filled in, we'll be pretty good shape. Ibis is spending all of her time doing that rather than making the swords that I told her to make, which kind of sucks, but oh well. Once she's done with that, she should finish the first sword. Well, not right away, I guess. You need to sleep, Orange. Okay, it's probably time that I tell him to stop making the small sculptures and start making grand ones. Hey, welcome to the stream. A combat supplier, nice. Thank you for the follow. Laura Hiva? Sorry, I'm bad at pronouncing things. Not much. Just near the end of this stream, you came in right near the end, sadly, but you wouldn't be the first person. But oh, okay, I'm glad I got it right. But yeah, we're just playing some Rimworld. Let's see, any good weapon? I mean, bolt action rifle could be really good for hunting. I'm from Pennsylvania. I think I'll just keep my silver. Once this sword is done, then I think that'll be where we end the stream. I was originally going to have her finish both the swords, but then the corn got finished, and she kind of got distracted doing that. Let's see, how good of a sword? Poor. Oh, well. Oh, cool, you're from Australia? I'm getting people from all over in my streams. Well, I am going to leave it there, guys. So I will save and quit, but first, I just want to say thank you for all of the interaction I've had during this stream. It's been really nice being able to talk with you guys. I've been playing for a couple hours now, about 2 hours. And it's really been enjoyable being able to talk with everybody, and all the follows are really appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching, though. And yeah, I hope to see you guys on my stream tomorrow, where I'm planning to play Final Fantasy XIV. I'll be making a new character and starting from level 1. So if you like MMOs, then definitely tune in. Anyway, see you guys.